I'm Daniel Avery at Amoeba, and this is what's in my bag. I've picked something that, well, this is where it all began, the first Black Sabbath record.
What is this that stands before me?
My dad was and is like a huge music head, record collector, and the house was never ever silent growing up. There's always loud music playing. I can't remember where I got it from, but someone had made me a cassette tape of a Nirvana, but kind of like a Nirvana best of. We listened to it just over and over again, like wore the tape out. And my dad saw that something was happening with me, that I was, getting sort of entranced by this band. And he said, oh, you should really, you like Nirvana, you should really listen to Black Sabbath. Like Kurt Cobain was a huge Sabbath fan. I just remember like from the second I heard this, like the second the needle went on that record, and that hiss at the beginning, and then the rainfall at the beginning of the record, and just the way it looks, the cover, the way the gatefold comes out. I mean, it's just a magic album for me. I think it's a perfect album, particularly for a debut album as well. And however old it is now, what is it, like 50 odd years old? Yeah, 50 years old. Still sounds like nothing else really, even though it's inspired so much. It was really from there that my sort of obsession with music began, I would say. So, I mean, the very beginning for me, this one.
Oh no!
Okay, what should we go with next? I'm going to go for the new Bjork album. Bjork, I mean, just always has been and just remains a huge inspiration in every single way. Talk about a singular artist, there's a unique artist, there's no one like her.
Are these not just excuses to not connect?
And someone who, over the years, has just created these worlds into which you just get fully lost. And you just want, a record like Vespertine, for instance, it feels like a crystal castle.
We go to that hidden place.
The whole thing, the artwork again, the whole sound of it, on headphones, it just sounds like a different world. And that's what I want from a record. That's what when I make music, that's what I aim to, that's what I strive for. A record that when you put the needle on, you just kind of are taken by the hand and taken into another world for that entire time. It's almost like you're transfixed and you can't move. That's what I want. And Bjork is just, always has been the master of that.
Are these not just excuses to not?
Okay, I'm gonna go for Queens of the Stone Age, rated R. I would consider this in my top 10 albums of all time.
Whatever you do, don't tell anyone.
I mean, the album, there's several things I love about this record. One, the fact that it feels like the follow-up as well, Songs for the Deaf, it's made as a whole album to be listened to, and it's all sort of pieced together and has all these interludes that flow into each other, and it's an album. It's not a collection of songs, it's an album. Again, something that I love and I always try to do on my records.
There is a lie, promise is promise, not for a night.
But overall, I think my favorite thing about not just this album, but the whole Desert Sessions and that whole collective is that they created a sort of a gang, a collective. That's something that really appeals to me. It's something on my new record that's about to come out, something I really wanted to get into, like trying to form a gang, really, a real collective of like-minded souls, and yeah, for me that is such an important record for that reason. And yeah, I do not own it on vinyl, so I'm very pleased to have that now.
You know the audience is gone. I'm taking my song to the
Okay, so talking of building a collective,
I cannot escape, but it's only temporary.
my new album, Ultra Truth, that was probably one of the main things I wanted to do, was to build this thing. Haai and I became the best of friends from when we met a few years ago, just an instant connection, a kind of connection that it's kind of rare to find. And we have DJ'd many, many times over the years, but I've never actually got in the studio up until now on my new record. And Haai sings on 2 tracks on my new album, and I'm so proud of her, and I'm so just sort of blown away by this record in so many ways. Electronic music with a human heart and a human soul to it. You know, again, when we both DJ, we play techno, which can be quite anonymous and quite faceless. But everything about this record has a human pulse and a human heart to it, and just real soul to everything. Again, that's something that I really try and do with my music, and even more so on my new album. And yeah, dead proud of her, and very proud that she's on my new record too.
Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Oh no, of course, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
This is the first guest we've had whose birthday falls on What's in My Bag, so happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.